Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hitman. This is another episode of Star Citizen Walk Around and Walk Through. Today we're going to be looking at the Constellation. This one here is actually going to be the Constellation Aquila. There are, I think, 3 or 4 different variations, and still actually working on another one, which is the Emerald. But this one here is the Aquila. It's the Explorer ship of it, and we'll kind of get in a little bit further in on that. Let's go ahead and go ahead and walk up a little bit closer. As you can tell, obviously, you got the cockpit up here at the front. Go ahead and move down the sides here. The bottom right here actually opens up. It splits right down the center, so it kind of opens. You can see the hinges and stuff. And a turret comes down. This is going to be both the top and the bottom of it. You've got, this is the elevator that goes in the front, just a one-man elevator kind of thing. You've got the landing gear. This is going to be the cargo elevator, or even the elevator that rovers can go into. Yes, this can carry a rover. Actually, this one specifically, the Aquila, comes with the Ursa rover. So when you get this, you get the rover that you can have as well. Let's go and look in the back. This here, every Constellation that I know of actually comes with this. This is a snub fighter. And the reason why it kind of comes with the snub fighter is because the Constellation is big, the maneuverability is not the greatest. So if you got space pirates coming and attacking you, then you would have somebody in your crew jump in the snub fighter, the Merlin here, go and take care of them, and then dock back up, and you're good to go. Now that also kind of brings one of the cons of the ship, is if you are a solo player, I mean, yes, you can fly it, and I mean, it'll work, but if you start getting attacked, well, then you kind of got a problem. I mean, yes, you can maneuver this thing and you can shoot, but it's best to get in the snub fighter and shoot them down because it's a lot more maneuverable. Now, if you notice with me standing back here, you can see the rockets up top, and that's another set of weaponry that it's got. Let's go ahead and move a little bit closer here. Now, obviously, I would walk all the way around, but this side's the exact same as the other side. There are airlock doors on the sides and an airlock door on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump inside here. To get inside, you just look over at the elevator and tell it to open. And it comes down. What I'm going to go ahead and do is go to the back and work my way to the front in a way. So let's go ahead and just run real quick through, not really pay attention to anything. Close your eyes real quick, don't look at it. Alright, back here, as you can tell, is taking a lot of damage. Got a lot of junk going everywhere. This is the snub fighter. You can actually enter the snub fighter and dismount and take off and whatever else. Now, as far as I know, the docking doesn't work quite yet, so the snub fighter does not undock, but you do get the Merlin, as like I said with the Aquila, you get the rover. Well, you also get the Merlin as a standalone ship, so you can spawn it standalone kind of thing. Go ahead and power it on, just kind of look. There's apparently no power on it, so let's go ahead and exit out. Now, I did turn the power of the ship on, so I mean, that's why it's all lit up right now. And again, the damage is because I've got it in the hangar. I don't know why it spawns jacked up like this, but it does. Now, This is, I think, is another like little cargo area. It looks like it's got like a little clip right there. Not 100% sure on that one. But we're just looking around. We got screens everywhere. The grav generator. Some electricity. Power plant. Let's go ahead and move in on here. Now this section is the section that has the elevator for the rover and the cargo. And you can access it here by hitting the open and close. Go ahead and close it, so that way when I go down the ladder I don't fall to my death. Go ahead and go down to it real quick. Okay. Now these, the orange things are almost like anti shake or whatever. They absorb movement just for your storage and stuff like that. Now there are two different access points on this elevator. So if you're on it, all you gotta do is just come over to the side. Again, you've got the buttons just like what was up top. You got the open and you got the close. So let's go ahead and hit that open. Alright, and there you go. We're now back outside. You can get a rover, drive the rover onto it, and get on it, and close her back up. Now there is another access point for this elevator, and I'll show you that here in a second. So, I mean, you got multiple different access points. Now let's go ahead and run to the side here real quick. Now, obviously, there's a lot of good, looking stuff on the sides. They're probably going to work it into being able to utilize a lot of it. Not 100% sure, but I mean the game's not finished. So this here's the airlock. You got one on either side. See, yeah, there you go. You can see that airlock over there, and it opens up. You can get out on the wing, do I guess repairs or fly away, whatever you want to do. If we turn around, we can actually look and see our missiles that we got on display up here. That will actually reload the missile launchers up on the top and shoot them. There is another access port on top. So let's go ahead and go this way. This here is the beds for your crew. The ship is a ship for a crew of 4. So you got a bed for all 4 of them so that you can get in the bed and respawn back in the ship. Let's go and move in just a little bit more here. This here are lockers, and each one does open up. Not sure why we've got 5 lockers, but yeah, whatever. It's stuff to be able to, put like armor and stuff like that. I got a lot of video tearing for some reason. This right here is actually going to be like the bathroom / shower area. And over here is like a little table. It's got a bench that goes around it so that if you role play and want to just take a seat and sit around the table, you can. Now, I mean, there are little cargo boxes up top. I don't think they can open up yet. No, they can't. This right here is, again, the elevator that goes down. This is how we actually entered the ship in the first place. But if we look up, there's another airlock. So that if you're in space and you got to get out the top, there you go. You open it up, you're out the top. Alright, let's go ahead and move forward. Again, forward, we got a lot more stuff. The avionics, which we were told is going to be put into the game a little bit later on. Got a little health pack. shield generator, and this right here, this tube, sort of tube, is going to be the turrets. So let's go ahead and go down to the bottom one here, and we'll enter that one. Alright, we have now entered the turret. Let's going to go on the outside view real quick and take a look at it. Remember how I told you it opened up? Well, that's actually the view of the bottom having opened up and the turret dropping down. And this is a true turret, unlike the other one I'm going to call a turret, and it's not going to be one. But let's go ahead and jump back inside the ship. There we go. Now, obviously, I can look around, but nothing's moving. I actually have to turn it on real quick, so let's turn it on. And now the turret is maneuverable. You can see the guns going up and down on the outside right there. I am in a hangar, so they won't shoot, but they do turn. I can look around towards the back of the ship and shoot if I need to, or the sides. So you can keep an eye out for your power, and I'm pretty sure you can change, yeah, there you go, your shields, stuff like that. You can change your fire mode, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is just power it off and get out real quick. And I'll show you the upper turret, which is in this ship not a turret, but in other ships it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump up here. It does say inner upper turret. See how the bottom just opened, or the top just opened up? It opened up the exact same as the bottom. So let's raise up. And this right here is a pretty awesome view in space. If you haven't done it, I would suggest go ahead and find somebody who's got the Constellation and just do it, because it's quite awesome view. Anyways, this here, let's go and jump on the outside view again and look around. As you can tell, it's not a gunner's turret. This is an exploration. It's like a material scanner. You actually go to something, you scan it, and see what kind of material it's made of, I guess. And then you can go mine it and get the materials, or you could find a planet or whatever. Now, while I'm up here, I'm actually going to change the view just a little bit, and I'm going to let you take a look at the top of this ship, just the amount of detail that they've got in it. I mean, again, you've got the little cargo door there, you've got the rocket launchers, you got the guns on the wings up there. And it likes going very far away from the ship instead of close. So, but that's a pretty good amount of detail that's in the ship. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump back into it. This is actually a little bit closer look of the plates. And I mean, the amount of detail again on it, I can't say it enough. I mean, they put a lot of stuff on it. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump out of here. Now let's go ahead and move up to the front here. Now before I actually get in the seats, I'm just going to kind of show you. You can see all the way around you here. And it's pretty cool once you get flying. And you can actually stand right here on the glass. And obviously there's nothing under you, nothing in front of you, and nothing above you really. And you could just be flying. It's actually a very awesome view. If you get a chance to check that out, I definitely would. Well, anyways, this here, the two sides, are the co-pilots. So let's go ahead and jump in that. Now the co-pilots, I mean, they're alright. Obviously, if once it's actually set up that you have stuff that you got to do, then it's great. But you know, right now I just like watching kind of where we're going and stuff like that. It's kind of hard to do that with that screen right there. So let's take a look. We just pretty much got power on. The co-pilot, well, he can keep an eye on just about anything. He can look at his items. He can look at the system. He can actually do all the comms. Same thing as what's in every ship. The comms, the heat, power, weapons, and shields. If you need him to contact so you can land, you can have him do it instead of the pilot. Let's go ahead and jump out real quick. And then let's go and take a look at the pilot seat. Alright, there's the pilot seat, and we do have, looks like 6 different screens. No, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screens, sorry. I guess I need to learn to count. Alright, you've got...
Off complete. Landing complete.
Oh, starting to do
Take
that
off
again.
Complete.
You got engine
Landing
off and on,
complete.
power off.
Take off complete.
Open exterior, close
Landing
exterior,
complete.
press unlock. Now when you
Take
hit
off
open exterior, watch what happens.
Landing complete.
Oh, you notice I'm moving the guns a little bit right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit Z, which is look around. If you notice, it actually opened up every single hatch, the sides and the top, and the elevators are now all open. Now Z, if you want to do like a free look while going in space, Z is the key to be able to unlock it and be able to do this. If you don't hit Z, obviously you're controlling it. If you notice, I'm kind of moving the guns from side to side. And we were saying how it's not very much maneuverable. Well, the movement of those guns, that's about as far as those guns are going to go. So, I mean, you will have to move this giant beast. Now, something else, if you look at it, it also opened up the turret deals. Even though the turrets are not out, it did open them up as well. So let's get back inside.
Take off complete.
And let's close everything.
Landing complete.
Looks like we're getting just a little bit of lag here.
Landing complete.
Go ahead and shut this off because they get annoying after a while.
Welcome
we
to
go.
Robert Space Industries. Enjoy the ride.
Now,
System
obviously,
check.
as a pilot, you've got the full-on view, seeing everything around you. Again, because it's completely open. Now, the Aquila actually has the rounded front like this, but again, there's different variants, and one of them has a pretty awesome, like, jagged front, which looks pretty cool. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump out of here. Close that elevator. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you to how to get this elevator from the outside. If you come from the back and look up, you can actually access that elevator. See, open cargo bay, which will then open it up, so you can access it from the outside and put a rover in there. Now, obviously, if you're transporting a rover, you can't transport too much on cargo, because they go in the same spot. So I'm not sure what'll happen if you have a rover in there and then put cargo in it, but it can't be good. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on this walk around and walk through of the Constellation. There so happens to be this is the Constellation Aquila, but I hope that this actually will help you decide whether you want to get one or not get one. This is just kind of show you the inside and kind of get you a little bit familiar with the ship before actually purchasing it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go and hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment if you didn't like it, and hit that dislike button. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know kind of why you didn't like it, and I'll work on it, try and get it better. But until next time, I'll hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.